Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Oshi no Ko, Season 1, Episode 4. So, last time, very interesting stuff. We caught up with Kana was her name, right? Yep, and we found out that she kind of fell out of the acting scene due to her attitude as a child, despite being a good actress. You know, we kind of had that hint from the director early on, being like, you can't just push your weight around and be cocky like that in this industry. So, and treat people like that because people won't want to work with you. And she found that out the hard way. And so she's been working on repairing her reputation this whole time and trying to get back into the acting scene. So she has this kind of crappy role now. And we ended the episode with, I mean, basically she talked Aqua into coming here. Mainly, she doesn't realize it, but because he's here to try to get some DNA on someone who might be his father. But by coming here, he's doing an acting role. He heard them talking shit about Kana behind her back a bit, so now he's like, let's start some chaos, you know? So I think he's gonna try to do like a really good acting job to push her to do a really good job because she's holding back in order to make sure the production doesn't look too crappy, right? Because the other actors are terrible. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does and how it affects Kana and all that. So that was kind of where we cliffhangered. So let's jump into this, shall we? We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Right into the opening. I really love the song. By the way, guys, I'm trying to plug it a little more during openings, so I'm not, we're all sitting here through the opening anyway, so without wasting too much of anyone's time. My Patreon has an early access tier where you can get 2 more episodes ahead of time of this show. Check that out if you're interested. There's also the Patreon show tier where you can get shows that aren't even released yet. So I'm watching things like Solo Leveling. All of Freerun is on there. I'm currently watching The Expanse for live action, and there's other live action shows that haven't released to YouTube yet, like Last of Us, Shogun, and Watchmen. So check all that out if you want more content from me. Links in the description. So just want to try to plug that here and there. Usually I say all that at the end of the episode, so I don't waste anyone's time in the beginning, but I figure during some openings I'm going to start saying it so people are more aware. There's a lot of people that don't know. Also, hitting subscribe is a free way to support me too. I'd very much appreciate that if you were to. Alright, we're in. Let's go. Hmm. Makes sense. Alright. Hmm. Damn. Oh wow. Kinda golden age. Hmm. So it wasn't exactly the fact that she was like rude to people and cocky and stuff. She's not even really sure what caused it, but jeez, 1 star. Hmm. No. They don't care, man. Yep, they don't. Oh, walking right through the puddles. Oh shit. Yeah, it's creepy. Yeah. I don't know, you do a pretty good job, man. Mm, damn. Oh shit. Oh. He's gonna piss him off and it's gonna get to be real. Yeah. Damn. They're liking it. Oh, he's dragging him into that scene. That's awesome. Alright, Kana, let's go. Oh. Oh shit, of course. That was pretty good. So crazy that he has to play this role, though. Come on, Kana. Oh, nice. I actually hit you. You made it look good. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Yeah, I think it was a good scene. She shooketh. Mm. I like to think that she looked up at Aqua in that moment. Probably talking about the girl who, like, looked up like they fell in love or whatever. Oh, what is this? Like the editing studio? Hmm. We're gonna see the reactions. Oh, that's right. Okay, sorry, I didn't recognize her. She's the one that wrote it. Okay. Hmm. No. I guess she approves of that final scene. Final up was good though. Why wasn't it like this from the start? Yeah. Nice. Okay, so it didn't blow up, but the people who saw it recognized it for what it was, being good and well done. So they're doing like a celebration party, like an after party. So you're single, eh? She can tell. Damn. Yeah, she noticed. Oh, that's what she worked for. Oh, okay. Nice. This guy. Hmm. I figured it wouldn't be the first one he tested. Ooh, shit. Interesting. Maybe you can get some information. Ah, okay. Reality dating shows. Oh no. Didn't he say that, like, in the first episode? Or the second episode? It was like that same scene we saw before. It felt like her getting ready in the mirror and then him saying your skirt's too short and then saying bye to mama. Oh. Hmm. It's a busty girl. Hmm. Alright. One F. Hot guys and beautiful ladies. Oh my god. Hmm. Jeez. Kotobuki Minami. I thought it was. It's hard to tell the accent. No. Yeah, boys kind of just like shoot the shit together sometimes, and then eventually they're friends somehow. It's kind of true. Don't just share your friends like that. Repeating the same line Kana said. Damn. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Those are some eyes. What the fuck? Shiranui Frill? Hmm. Oh, is he gonna walk up to her? Just gonna act normal? Oh. Oh. Nice. Damn. She knows them all. Doesn't know who she is. I guess she hasn't done anything, right? Oh. No, yeah, she needs a role so she can talk about what she does. Yeah. There's gotta be a lot more to it than just... Are they actually like this, or is it... I think this is just her imagining that's how it's gonna be, right? They keep mentioning the big chests and stuff, but I mean, hey, they're in showbiz, you know, like if you're gonna be a model and that stuff comes into play, so it's more acceptable in this. Oh, wait, what? Okay, we're ending. Well, shit, that was like, I don't know, that felt abrupt. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've read the last line um, that Aqua said, so I'll go back and look at it. Well, damn. I wouldn't have freaking been. I would have just been reading the subtitles if I knew it was gonna end so soon. That was a really good episode, though. We had a little bit more with a little bit of Aqua talking about like the scene and the prep and the everything being lined up. We kind of got his perspective from a more he kind of has like a more straightforward look into the things where he's like, when he's thinking about the scene, he's thinking about this is where we stand, this is how the lights are set up, this is how the camera is set up. Whereas Kana's thinking about like, in the same moment we kind of jump to Kana and see what she's thinking about, and she's thinking about the road that got her here, what brought her to this place, why she's in this role. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. This is about to end though. That is it, guys, for episode 4. Um, but yeah, kind of just seeing the different perspectives and how Kana's thinking about the, you know, what is going on with blah, 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 blah. If it's a freelancer you want, I know someone. On top of being a freelancer, she doesn't have much work considering how well known she is. Oh, and is cute. Okay. That was my bad. Yeah, I was talking over that scene. So Kana's a freelancer right now and is gonna try to bring her into the idol group. That's interesting. I don't know if Kana is really interested in doing idol work since she's been trying to be an actor, but I guess I could always try. I mean, worst case she says no, right? But but anyway, sorry. Third time getting cut off from trying to say what I was saying. Um Kana having her perspective be thinking about her past and where she came from, and she kind of confirmed this episode that the reason why she kind of fell out of the scene, she's not entirely sure. She's not sure whether it was actually the way she treated people, like her attitude and all that, or if it was just people got sick of her, or if she just lacks talent, even though she was told she was very talented, you know? Um, but yeah, so I liked that introspective, like, once again we just get a lot of look into the behind the scenes stuff with filming and prepping, and them talking about like the weight of 1 year of, I don't know if she's been, I mean, maybe she has been working on this for a year, but yeah, the weight of 1 year on her in these like final moments, right? And how she really wanted to deliver a better performance, but because of the people around her she wasn't able to. But then we had, of course, Aqua come in, hearing what he heard last episode, kind of was like, I'm just gonna shake things up. And I love how he just, like, walks right through the puddle. Like, I think that was awesome. I mean, I guess there's always those people that are like, we need to, and that was, like, another good example of, like, what happens on film sets, too, is, like, we had the one example of the guy being like, "Oh, should we cut and stop this now?" And then we had the other guy say, "No, keep going." We kind of have like the two sides of, this is going against the script. We need to follow the script, the rules, everything needs to be followed exactly how we have it planned. And then we have the other guy who is like, "Ooh, this could be good, you know? Like, let's give this a shot and see where it goes." So, I like, once again, seeing some of that background there, but also, just what Aqua was doing, just making it really creepy. I liked that. And then, he kind of goes in for the whisper, which I don't know if the mic's even picked up, but it was enough to piss off the actor that wasn't doing a very good job acting, and made him more emotional, which brought out some real feelings of, Aqua saying, "Now that I see you up close, you're not really that good looking. Must have been all the Photoshop," and just pissed him off, And I like how the kid got so pissed off he even punched Aqua for real, and then was like, "Oh shit, sorry," and apologized after. And I'm glad he apologized after, because he could have just been like a stuck-up asshole and just like said, "That's for talking shit to me," or something. I don't know, but I like that he was like, "Oh, sorry, I punched you for real," So it kind of added some, where I didn't really care for that character too much. It added some humanity there that made me appreciate him. But yeah, that was a really awesome scene, and then it seemed like Kana was able to kill it there. It seems like the writer of the manga seemed to be pretty happy with it, and a lot of the close knit fans. And I mean, because the rest of the show wasn't super impressive, it didn't really amount to anything too much, right? It was just a well received ending, and people, like, maybe a little bit bigger than it would have been if it wasn't well received, right? So, but it didn't like blow up and make them like super famous or anything. Granted, this Shiranui Frill person who seems to be like maybe the most famous actor in their school or something, um, or maybe at least in her class, recognized him. So there was some recognition there. But but yeah, so that was really cool. I really like watching people be able to like bring the best out of other people that like have that talent, you know? It's one of those things where I've heard it for like choreography and stuff like that, where if you have if you have one person that's like not so good at choreography, like maybe one of the actors are like a really good actor, but they're not good at like sword fighting or something. But if you bring in someone to fight against them who is really good at sword fighting, they can like elevate you to the next level. They're good. They're so good that they're able to kind of push you to that next step and make you look better than you were, rather than if you just have two actors that are both bad at sword fighting each other, it's just gonna look absolutely atrocious, you know. So I like that where Aqua's able to do that. He has that, you know, and he claims he's not a good actor, but I felt like he did a good job, you know. But you know, maybe that's just maybe he just lacks the self confidence, and maybe that's part of the why he hasn't made it as well in this scene. Is, you know, I'm sure to do a job like acting, you have to have some level of confidence in yourself, right? Like, I can't imagine if you have absolutely no confidence in yourself, you're going to be able to sell yourself in this world uh to directors and stuff like that when you're going in for auditions and things like that. So but yeah, I feel like he could be very good if he really committed himself to it, but there's something holding him back. I don't know if it's like his other goals of wanting to find uh you know, his father, or if it's parts of his past life that's kind of dragging him down or whatnot. But yeah, hmm. There was that one moment of him saying he, you know, is gonna be more like I or whatever, and stuff like that. Like, there are some moments here and there that make it feel like he really does want to be an actor. So but anyway, that whole scene was cool and awesome, and I liked seeing the reactions of some people too. We got to see some like stuff online and all that, you know, as a reactor myself and someone who likes watching a lot of reactions. Some of like it's funny, I've grown to really love, I mean, I've liked it ever since I was a kid, even before I even knew about reactions online, right? But um I'm a sucker for shows where like a character is really good at something, and then we see, like, you know, it's a typical anime thing where you see like the bystanders or just side characters or whatever reacting to what they do. We get it a lot in Solo Leveling, which might be part of the reason why I enjoy that show so much. Is, you know, we have the main character who's just this OP badass, and just um seeing a lot of people's reactions to his OP badassness is just fun to me. So, but anyway, uh, but yeah, so where the kind of second half of this episode was them starting school. They did their like preliminary testing, and this might have been like one of their first days, or it seems like, based on their reactions of entering the classroom for the first time. I like how we never really saw Aqua's perspective, because he's, you know, a little older, a little more mature. He's already done this before, whereas we see Ruby's perspective, who was a sickly kid in her other life and might not have really gone to school much, and was around a lot of people, let alone being around people that are like either famous or on the verge of being famous, you know? So a lot of added pressure with the, you know, that little background feeling of not really feeling like she fits into, because she doesn't have any roles yet. She's just kind of an aspiring actor or idol, you know. So but but yeah, so that was like a cool dynamic, seeing her start school for the first time, and all that, and her trying to like hold down her nerves and meeting a friend. We had Minami and all that showing up. But yeah, I mean, I mentioned it during one part. I don't remember if it was the outro or whatnot, but you know they, or maybe that's what I was saying at the very end. I think that's what I was saying at the very end, and that's why I missed Aqua's last line there. Um, but the idea that they kept talking about like breast size and stuff like that in most shows, that makes me be like, oh, why do we have to go into that? Like, who cares, because there's a lot of shows that do that where characters meet other character, like especially when it comes to like girls. They do it a lot in animes where the girls are more like not flat chested, but just not as busty as other anime characters are drawn, and then they see another character that is more busty, and they have to compare themselves to them. It happens a lot, but a lot of a lot of the times in most anime, it doesn't really have a purpose, right? But in here, we have characters that are worried about looks and appearances. Same with her walking in and being like, oh, we have hot guys and hot girls, or beautiful girls and hot guys, is what she said. It's once again, she's going in straight off, like, looking at looks, right? And that's not, I mean, I'm an ugly man, I'm an ugly fat man, so I don't like to try to, like, judge people off of looks right away. So I don't like when people, like, their first instinct is just judge someone off of their looks and stuff like that. But in this case specifically, I am okay with it because, as I said before, they are actors. They are aspiring entertainers, and I understand that the entertainment industry is riddled with, good-looking characters. I mean, they even said it in one of the previous episodes where you kind of have, like, the main character who's supposed to be, like, the looker. You have, like, the new character that comes in to bring in, like, a fresh face and a fresh feel to the show. And then you have the person with the actual talent, right? So, like, you have those people who are there. You're obviously, they're not gonna take, like, for, I don't know, John Wick instead of Keanu Reeves. They're not gonna bring someone like me, that's just like some fat ugly dude. But like I'd get like a side character role. I'd be like that fat friend or something like that, so in some kind of role. But yeah. Anyway, my point is I was actually okay with it in this one because one, they didn't over sexualize it where they're like wearing super revealing clothing. Like they could have been like when Ruby said, "Are you a model?" Minami could have been like, "Yeah, I want to see some of my work," and then it shows like a bunch of fan servicey images of her in like a bathing suit, revealing her, chest a lot. But no, instead it's just it was just Ruby just kind of thinking about like, oh, these are all, beautiful people, they're all entertainers, and she's, worried and self-conscious, and in that self-conscious moment, I mean, hell, I I I don't personally experience it because there's not as much for guys to be like, when guys see another guy, I can be like, that's an attractive dude, I'm jealous, but there's not too much other than that. It's not like we can all see each other's dicks and we're like, oh man, that dude's got a bigger dick than me. Like that, I'm jealous of that. Like so. But women have it different where they can more recognize breast size just like right off the bat. So I can understand being self conscious about that immediately. And like I said, it all has to do with them being entertainers, and looks has to be a part of that. And no matter like whether you like it or not, that's just a fact of life. And because of that, like I said, I didn't mind having them, having a whole segment of this episode around, Ruby talking about looks and talking about breast size for several girls and stuff like that. So, but yeah. Whereas, like I said, in other anime, if it was just like a normal like slice of life school anime where they're like going into class for the first time, and it's just like a normal class, they're not actors or anything, and they do a similar scene as this, and I'm like, why do we have to have that, But anyway, yeah, I'm really curious to see where this goes. Do we bring in Kana as a idol? Is that I'm curious what Kana wants to do with that. I would almost respect Kana, like, not that there's no respect in being an idol, But if her dream is to be a actor, granted, I guess the idol work could open the door to more acting, like it did for I. So it could still be good for her career. But I would almost respect her more if she was like, well, my goal and what I've worked for all my life is acting, so I want to go more towards that avenue, not the idol work. But I have a feeling since we ended it on being like, I know a freelancer, and just mentioning her, that I have a feeling that it's she's gonna be in it. So anyway, another really good episode. Really enjoying this show. It's got a much different feel than things I've watched before, and I like that. It gives me like I don't always need like combat anime or all these like intrigues and stuff like that. It kind of has more of a um it it's kind of like there's a lot of anime where you can find where like it's about like a painter, or they're like very simple slice of life episodes that dive into the career, or like working towards the career, because a lot of times it's like high schoolers or something, in like a particular field that isn't the most interesting thing. And sometimes anime does that with these small little slice of life episodes, but it's kind of like one of those shows, except we have on top of that the whole twist of these reincarnated characters, everything that happened in episode one, and the revenge plot in the background, which is a continuation part of the story. So, also, potentially Aqua, I'd never really talked about it, but Aqua potentially getting some information from this guy who gave advice to Ai as to where she could go to secretly meet with guys and stuff, which could be a way that he could find out who his father is. But he might have to do reality dating shows in order to get this information. So I didn't really talk about that much, but it's kind of straightforward. I don't really have much to say. I just wonder if Aqua's going to do it or not, but we never really got an answer, I don't think. So we'll have to see. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. I kind of already talked about it during the opening, so I won't say too much. Links in the description should be popping up on the screen, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.